The ratings are in for the Fever Brazil game, and surprise, surprise, they're impressive.
What happens when one player changes everything overnight? Well, the WNBA is about to find out. Caitlin Clark, the 22-year-old rookie from Iowa, just made her preseason debut, and it shocked the sports world. The numbers are in, and they're hard to believe. In fact, Clark's game drew more viewers than some NHL playoff games. Think about that for a moment. A preseason game for a women's basketball league, pulling in more viewers than a major men's playoff game. That's not just a fluke, it's a sign of something huge happening. For years, the WNBA has been fighting for attention, respect, and profitability. We've seen it time and time again. Great players, incredible talent, but not enough people tuning in. The league has always had to work harder just to get a fraction of the spotlight. But now, it's clear that something's changing. This 22-year-old rookie from Iowa might just be the spark the league needed. Caitlin Clark is more than just a player. She's becoming the face of women's basketball, and with her debut, we might be witnessing the turning point that the sport has been waiting for. Clark's rise has been nothing short of meteoric. From shattering records at Iowa to becoming the NCAA's all-time scoring leader, she's built a reputation that extends far beyond just the basketball court. But her transition to the WNBA is about to take things to another level. This is bigger than just one game. It's a signal that women's basketball is ready for the next stage. The kind of viewership Clark's debut brought in is unheard of for preseason games, and it's proof that fans are finally starting to take notice. As the WNBA gears up for the regular season, one thing's clear: Caitlin Clark's presence could change everything. The future of women's basketball is looking brighter than ever, and it's all thanks to a 22-year-old rookie who just might be the game changer the WNBA has been waiting for.
I think that this is going to be the biggest WNBA season that we have ever seen. When it comes to attendance, when it comes to viewership, when it comes to jersey sales, when it comes to merch sales, it's going to be the biggest that we have seen.
Is this the moment that changes everything? Let's dive into these record-breaking numbers and break down what they really mean for women's basketball. Caitlin Clark's preseason debut wasn't just another game. It was a statement. The kind of viewership it pulled in is a sign that the landscape of sports is shifting. For years, women's basketball has fought for visibility and respect, and now, with Clark leading the charge, it seems like we could be standing on the edge of something much bigger. When we look at the numbers, they tell a powerful story. A preseason game, something that usually wouldn't draw much attention, was able to outperform other major sports events, even NHL playoff games. That's not just a fluke. It's evidence that the demand for women's sports, especially women's basketball, is growing in ways we've never seen before. And the question we all need to ask: could this be the start of a new era for the WNBA and women's basketball as a whole?
Don't be fooled, preseason games generally aren't a big thing in most seasons, but I don't know, this is like the Showtime fever.
Have you ever seen numbers like this? Seriously, Caitlin Clark's first preseason game wasn't just another basketball game. It shattered records and had the entire sports world buzzing. The kind of attention it got is unheard of for a preseason game, and it's proof that something major is happening. Let's break down exactly what happened here, because this moment is bigger than you might think. The numbers speak for themselves, but the impact goes far beyond just the stats. This isn't just a big moment for Caitlin Clark. It's a game changer for the entire WNBA and women's sports in general.
This was the game that was held at Iowa on Sunday. So the game averaged 1.3 million viewers. It peaked at 1.6 million, and this was up 13% over last year's regular season ESPN average for WNBA games. So of all WNBA games last year, this was up 13% the viewership for a preseason game.
Did you catch this? Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever didn't even play against one of the top teams in the WNBA. They faced Brazil's national team in a preseason game. And yet, this game broke records, averaging 1.3 million viewers. Think about that for a second. A preseason game, one that doesn't even count in the standings, drawing more viewers than many regular season games. That's something we don't see every day, but it gets even more impressive. At its peak, 1.6 million people tuned in, which is 13% higher than last season's average for ESPN's regular season games. Let that sink in. A preseason game outdrawing regular season games. That's unheard of in the world of sports broadcasting. And this isn't just about one game. It's a statement that something is shifting. Women's basketball and the WNBA are starting to get the kind of attention they've always deserved. What's happening with Clark's debut isn't just a fluke or a one-off moment. It's a glimpse of the future, a sign that the league is on the cusp of something big. Fans are paying attention, and the numbers prove it. What we're seeing here is the beginning of a new era, one where women's sports, especially basketball, are finally getting the spotlight they've earned.
The 1.34 million people that tuned in to the Indiana Fever preseason before the season even started to play against an international team. I mean, the WNBA hadn't even cracked like 1 million viewers for like over 15 years until Caitlin Clark came to the league. I mean, this preseason game had more viewers than the last game of the finals of the last, WNBA Finals last season. Like, it's kind of a little crazy, like the emotion that this girl had.
Even ESPN analyst and WNBA legend Rebecca Lobo couldn't believe what she was seeing. She was as shocked as anyone by the viewership numbers. And then she dropped a stat that really puts everything into perspective. When someone like Rebecca Lobo, who's seen it all in women's basketball, is stunned by the impact of a game, you know something huge is happening. Lobo went on to share just how significant this moment really is for the sport. This isn't just a big debut. It's the start of something much bigger for the WNBA and for women's basketball as a whole. And it's only going to get bigger from here. Take a listen to what she had to say.
Only 2 NBA preseason games outrated this game. And that was in 2018, the Warriors versus the Lakers, when LeBron had his first game in LA, and that averaged 2 million viewers. And also in 2017, it was the Bulls versus the Cavs, and that was LeBron again after they had just lost in the finals. And that game averaged 1.37 million viewers.
Since 2012, only 2 NBA preseason games have had higher ratings than Caitlin Clark's debut. And get this, both of those games featured none other than LeBron James. One was the 2010 matchup between the Cavaliers and Bulls, and the other was the 2018 game when LeBron played his first game with the Lakers. That's the kind of company Clark is in right now. She's not just breaking records for a rookie or for women's basketball, she's on LeBron James' level. Let that sink in for a moment. For a player, especially a rookie, to draw this kind of attention, to be mentioned alongside one of the greatest players in basketball history, is nothing short of extraordinary. It shows just how much potential Clark has to reshape the game, and it makes you wonder, how big can this get?
Who thought that we would see the day where WNBA numbers were overtaking NBA numbers? And you guys, I predict that this is going to be something that happens for the entirety of the WNBA season, especially with this Indiana Fever team. This is motion, this is hype like we have never seen, and I thought it was going to be like this.
The impact of this game goes far beyond basketball. This preseason game didn't just break records within women's sports. It outperformed an NHL playoff game that was happening at the same time. Think about that, a women's basketball game pulling in more viewers than a men's hockey playoff game. That's a huge sign of a shift in viewership patterns. And it gets even more impressive. Clark's debut outdrew game one of last year's WNBA Finals, attracting more viewers than the championship series itself. A preseason game, something that usually doesn't get much attention, now outshines the league's biggest event. This is proof that the demand for women's basketball is growing, and it's not just a flash in the pan. This is a major shift in how people are viewing sports.
That a minute. National Hockey League playoff ratings, a WNBA game, a preseason WNBA game, not only beat those ratings, destroyed them. I think the highest rated NHL game was roughly 430,000 viewers behind this game.
This surge in interest is like a tidal wave, reshaping the entire league, and the numbers in the stands tell the same story. Carver Hawkeye Arena in Iowa was packed with over 14,000 fans. Every seat filled, people standing, and the energy was absolutely electric. It felt like something special was happening. Now, get this. The average ticket price for the game was $670. That's more than what some NBA playoff tickets cost. Fans were paying Super Bowl-level prices just to watch a rookie in a preseason game. And here's the kicker. This one game generated around $10 million in ticket sales. That's not just impressive, it's unheard of. Most WNBA teams don't even make that much in total ticket sales for an entire season. But Caitlin Clark, she did it in one night. That's the kind of impact she's having, and it shows just how much she's changing the game.
WNBA, but if you think about $10 million being generated in just ticket sales for one preseason game, think about the ticket sales, and the price of tickets are going to go up.